Hi, everyone. Welcome to Our Disabled Future, a series where disabled voices lead the way. I'm your host, Nico, and today is a good day for disability inclusion. Each day during Disability Pride Month and beyond, I'm amplifying real disabled stories, where we are, where we want to go, and how the heck we're going to get there. Together, I hope. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Vanessa. Let's dive in. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, Nico. How are you?
Well, thank you. Tell us about yourself and about your disabled life.
My name is Vanessa. I am 43 years old. I live in Toronto, Canada. I live in an accessible condo with accessible features. I have a wonderful community around me. I have friends and family around me. I have three dogs who I'm fiercely devoted to. And in my professional life, I am a model, actress slash motivational speaker for all my disabilities. I have cerebral palsy. I was born with cerebral palsy at birth. I later was diagnosed with ADHD in adulthood and in my late 20s. And then um, in my late 20s as well, I was diagnosed with dysthymia, which is a form of depression. And I also have, within, I guess, in my 30s, was diagnosed with gastroparesis. So it's a little bit of an alphabet soup, but they all coexist to make me the disabled person who I am.
Sure, thank you. It sounds like you come at disability from a number of intersecting ways, which
Yeah.
makes me interested in this next question. What does a
Yeah.
disability-friendly future look like for you?
Um, for like me or the world at large?
Look for you specifically.
Specifically, um, I think it would look more friendly if like I didn't have to constantly wonder if the world around me was more accessible. Um, so I don't know if it's the way like you are in Philly at the same time where I go to a restaurant, I'm like, do I have to like wonder if it's accessible? Do I have to look up on Google? Do I have to call the restaurant and find out if they really know what a ramp is or if there's three stairs on a lip sort of, to get into somewhere in a threshold because I'm in a wheelchair? Or do I like, can I automatically just go there and know that it's level access from the street entrance? For me, that looks like more of an environment where I don't have to constantly check all the time and figure out if something's more accessible. In Canada, we've just started developing ADP accessible friendly units and housing. So it's a little bit frustrating when you like, yes, it's great that I live in an accessible condo and I'm very happy for it. I fought 10 years to find a place like that. So for me, it's amazing. But like when I step outside my condo, I have to constantly figure out where the transit is that's accessible, how I get there. Whether like we recently had accessible Ubers and then our city decided that wasn't a good idea. So then we took them out of our city. And it's just kind of like, I feel like it's constantly one step forward, two steps back. So if I didn't have to do that all the time, how much more energy could I be putting into other things that I'm more passionate about on a daily basis?
That sounds like a very well-considered answer, and you think about the context of your location really well.
Yeah.
How do you think we get to that more accessible, more disability-friendly future? What's our specific strategies?
Universal design. I think it would be nice if it was universally designed. I think of places where I go, there's a large shopping center in Toronto called the Eaton Center. It's like a world renowned shopping center. And in that center, they've got a staircase and like with three stairs and a ramp right beside it. And there's even a pole in the middle of the ramp, but you can kind of get around it. And most of the people use the ramp to get up there. And the ramp is way longer than the stairs. So it's like, but if you actually just leveled it out and put a wide ramp, then you could actually have people, not intersecting at the wrong time. Because I've often gone down gone down the ramp going like I need to get down, and people are trying to get up because they're not using the staircase. Whereas if we just level it out, we wouldn't have that issue. So universal design would be good, I think, where we don't have to constantly explain why we need access and where more enforcement is needed. It sounds a little bit militant, but like where I am, if you get a job with a disability, you have, or without a disability, you have a 3-month probationary period. If that person has an invisible disability and they can't get accommodations, which are legally supposed to be provided by law, they can just get rid of you for 3 months within that 3 months without any repercussions, even though legally it's a protected ground. And so for me, it's a little bit frustrating. When I look around us, there's so much untapped potential. I think the statistic is like 70% of people with disabilities are overeducated and underemployed. And that's huge. It's like a huge untapped market. So for me, I think if there was more of a standard, people would be more aware, and then they would just have more acceptance. Because I think people don't understand what the repercussions of that are. Like they're just like, okay, well, I don't have to, if I don't have to accommodate within those 3 months and nobody's going to notice, then it doesn't matter. But like, what happens if we actually tapped into that potential? Where would we be?
Wonderful, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
As we close our time together, I wanted to
yeah,
give you a chance that you and I, as disabled people, rarely get, and that is a chance to brag about yourself. You could promote
awesome.
something you've done recently, or perhaps something you still have in progress. This is just your chance to brag. So let's hear it.
Awesome. So you know about Girl with Guts. You're a fan of the page. So I'm growing the audience for Girl with Guts. It's something I'm passionate about. And it's for everybody. So I brought it as an advocacy forum, but it's like a community where disabled people can learn about, or non-disabled people as well can learn about the good, bad, the ugly, the great, the wonderful about the disability experience. And it's a page where people can go to do that. So for me, that's where you can find me, but that's where I'm also really involved in as well. If you want to, you know, intersect and talk about disability, that's where to find me for opportunities and everything like that. And it's something I'm really proud of.
Wonderful, thank you. I'll be sure to put that link in the video description when we post this,
Awesome.
which will be very soon.
That's fantastic.
Thanks again for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And I know it's been a bit, and I know I kind of snuck in under the wire, but I really do appreciate your accommodating everything. And I really do appreciate what you're putting forward for Disability Pride. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Remember, this is our disabled future, and we're building it one day at a time together. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Bye.